Welcome to the Wealth Secrets channel. Today's video will look at 7 terrible spending habits you need to change now. Before diving into it, have you ever read the news related to a man who committed suicide within 2 years after winning $31 million? You may think that it is a tragic story, but actually it is just the tip of the iceberg. Based on the New York Daily News, do you know that there are 70% of lottery winners got broke within 7 years? Have you ever imagined that there are 70% of people who suddenly win a jackpot will lose it within a short period? The message I want to convey here is that it is essential to monitor your spending habits if you don't want to be that 70% of people. Fortunately, by the end of this video, if you can follow these 7 tips of stopping wasteful spending, you can easily break bad money-saving habits and start saving more money than ever. So keep watching this video until the end because you are going to know about which 7 terrible spending habits you need to change now. Before kicking off, if you believe you can change these 7 terrible spending habits successfully someday, don't hesitate to hit the like button now. Turn on the notification bell to be notified every time we upload one. Most importantly, if you want to watch more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you are all set, then let's get started. Number 1. Not knowing where your money is going. Do you need help keeping track of where your money goes? Do you often spend more than you can afford and not know where it all went? If so, you are not alone, because many people struggle with this issue as well. To maintain financial control and ensure you are not wasting money, you need to start tracking your spending habits. This will help you identify any bad spending habits that you may have and address them before they get out of hand. Make sure that you keep track of your income as well. Knowing how much money you have each month will help you stay within budget and stick to your financial goals. By understanding where your funds are going and how much you have, you will be able to make better decisions about your spending habits. If you find yourself overspending, you can adjust your budget accordingly and ensure you don't have terrible spending habits. Number 2. Buying things you can't afford. One of the worst and most common spending habits is buying things you can't afford. This often comes from keeping pace with the Joneses or falling for marketing tactics that get you to buy something before you can think about it logically. The key to overcoming this bad habit is to stop and think before you buy something. Try waiting for a few days and see if the item is still worth it. You may find that the initial urge to buy has gone away after waiting. When creating a budget, account for the essentials such as rent, food, and other necessary expenses first, then allocate money for non-essentials such as clothes and entertainment. That way, you can ensure you stay within budget when making purchases. At this moment, you may think internally, what if I can boost my purchasing power so that I can buy anything that I want or anything I can afford? If this is you or you're interested in making money online to boost your income, then feel free to click the links down below after finishing watching this video. Number 3. Paying for things in cash. Paying for things in cash has long been a sign of good money management. But when it comes to spending habits, there are better options than paying for everything in cash. That's because when you pay in cash, it's often more difficult to track your spending and keep an accurate budget. In addition to making it harder to manage your budget, using cash also increases the risk of theft. You are more vulnerable to theft and robbery if you carry large amounts of money. Before going to the 4th terrible spending habit, If you feel like you've gotten the value so far, then make sure to smash the like button and the subscribe button. Number 4. Using credit cards inappropriately. When it comes to spending habits, one of the most dangerous is overusing credit cards. Credit cards can be an excellent instrument for building your credit score, but they can also lead to financial hardship if not used responsibly. With high interest rates, hidden fees, and the need for more understanding about how these cards work, it's easy to get into trouble. Here are 3 tips for the prudent use of credit cards. Number 1. Set a budget. Before using a credit card, it's important to establish a budget and stick to it. It's easy to go overboard with spending without a plan. Ensure you understand how much you can spend months and set limits for yourself. Number 2. Make timely payments. Missing payments can result in costly late fees and damage your credit score. To avoid this, set up automatic payments or reminders on your phone or your calendar to guarantee that all payments are made on time. Number 3. Avoid interest rate traps. Many credit cards have high introductory interest rates that jump significantly after a while. Read the fine print carefully and understand any potential rate changes so you can handle a higher rate than expected. Number 5. Not tracking your net worth. Understanding your net worth is one of the most important aspects of managing your money. Unfortunately, not tracking your net worth is a terrible spending habit that can lead to financial disaster. You may ask why it sounds like it's important to know the net worth. When you don't track your net worth, it's impossible to know if you are making progress or slipping backwards. With a complete picture of your net worth, it will be easy to know if you are investing in the right places or if you should adjust your spending habits to get back on track. Your net worth is the entire value of all your assets, minus the total value of all your liabilities. Calculating your net worth gives you a snapshot of your overall financial health. It can also help you determine whether you are on track to accomplish your financial goals. The bottom line is to avoid falling into the trap of not tracking your net worth. Knowing your net worth will provide the details you need to make better decisions and reach your financial goals faster. Number 6. Not having an emergency fund. When making smart financial decisions, having an emergency fund is a must. But unfortunately, many people don't have one and end up in debt when faced with an unexpected expense. You may ask, what is an emergency fund then? An emergency fund is a savings account for any financial surprises or unexpected events. It should be liquid and easily accessible, with enough money to cover any unexpected bills or expenses that come your way. Not having an emergency fund is a terrible spending habit and one that can have serious repercussions. Without one, you risk racking up credit card debts or taking out a loan if an unexpected expense arises. And if you need the funds to cover the payment, you may be forced to put off necessary purchases or repairs until you can save up the money. However, building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it is essential for financial security. Start by setting aside a small amount each month and gradually increase the amount as you get more comfortable with the habit. Aim to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses as a minimum of an emergency fund to have a safety net in the event of an unforeseen incident. If you don't have an emergency fund, now is the time to build one. Take the necessary steps today to ensure financial security and protect yourself from future surprises. Number 7. Not contributing to retirement. One of the worst spending habits that you can have is not contributing to your retirement savings. Not having enough money in retirement could be detrimental in the future. It can lead to a life of financial insecurity, creating stress and anxiety. That's why it's essential to start planning for your retirement now, even if you have little money saved. If you are in your 30s right now, then you can invest aggressively in a diverse array of stocks, because young people have the ability and time to wait for a rebound and weather the setback. In short, the sooner you begin saving for your retirement, the better. Start small and make sure you put aside a little bit each month. Over time, those contributions will add up and you will be able to enjoy a comfortable retirement. It's always okay to start planning for retirement, but it's much easier if you start sooner rather than later. Take the time to assess your current spending habits and ensure that you contribute enough to your retirement savings. It may not seem easy now, but it will pay off in the long run. If you want to discover how to make money online to earn more income, feel free to click the links down below now. If you want to know more about how to become rich, check out this playlist to discover more. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.